Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Sales Unscripted podcast. I am Margaret Henney.
I'm Bryan Neal here.
And we are joining you again in the studio. Why are we both doing these weird hand motions?
You didn't, because I'm trying to point. I'm on mirror mode, which is so weird if I'm going to be a weatherman, because that's one of the things I want to do. But do you see that?
Yeah, what is this shirt? Is this a shirt or a towel?
It's a shirt. Do you see what it says?
CFD.
Clear future date.
Let's
and the
go.
NFL logo is, it's not really the NFL logo. But
Yeah,
it's
not for trademark reasons. It certainly isn't.
Well, but it's not even, it's not, so CFD.
Yeah.
This stands for Carmel Fire Department.
Oh, true.
Carmel Fire Department. That's a little
love it.
town outside of a town. It's like a...
It's
like Pleasantville.
Suburb.
It's like Pleasantville.
It is.
Full of roundabouts and gated communities. Carmel, Indiana.
Carmel.
The whole world calls it Carmel, but here in Indiana we call it Carmel.
Carmel.
And I was at a Little League baseball game last summer, and I saw this little girl, not little, she was probably 12 or 13, with this shirt on. And it's a tool that we teach called CFD, Clear Future Date. And it says CFD, I'm an NFL ref, and it kind of looks like the NFL logo.
Were you like, where'd you
I'm like,
get that?
well, I didn't, because she's like 12. And I'm serious. I'm like, I can't ask her, like, where'd you get your shirt? Like, you know, the old man guy. So I had Steph, my wife, I'm like, hey, will you go ask that little girl where she got her shirt? So she told me her dad was a firefighter.
Cool.
I'm like, that's really cool. So I called one of my friends, and he's like, we don't give those out, man.
What?
Sorry. Yeah, they're really, it's very special, very special.
Wow.
One of my clients, her husband is a firefighter. I told her that story. 2 months later, she walks in with that and gives it to me. She goes, I grabbed one from the fire station. I was over there.
That was so nice
It was
of her.
so
How
nice.
thoughtful.
Her name is Liz. She is just awesome.
Thanks, Liz.
Her name's Elizabeth Taylor. Liz Taylor. How
my
great
God.
is that?
Wait, I know Liz Taylor.
Oh, she's in your videos.
Yes.
Duh.
Oh my
Liz
God.
Taylor gave me that. Duh.
I am obsessed
I forgot.
with her.
She's the great. Isn't she the best?
She is the
She did that.
best.
She is just a great human being.
Oh
she
my
gave
God.
me my CFD shirt.
She's
on
using,
your videos. I forgot.
She's using
She's
co-video,
power using.
and like she's a
She's one
better
of the most-
advocate than me.
She's one of the most coachable implementers that I've ever met. Like, you give her coaching, and she implements like while she's sitting in class.
Yes.
Like with your stuff, with ours, she's awesome. Liz Taylor.
This is the
shout
Liz
out.
Taylor episode.
It really is.
Also,
Welcome
I do
to
love
Liz
that her
brought
name
to you
is
by-
Liz
It's the
Taylor
best.
too.
I mean, it's just so good.
If you want to see
And
someone
it's on
rock
brand. She's a
videos,
badass.
I can send you some of her examples because
Badass.
she is so good and
She's
engaging
awesome.
and enthusiastic.
She's great
Love
and
it.
so thoughtful.
Yeah.
I mean, for me to tell a little story and then tell her, and then next thing you know, it shows up.
Yeah.
Good,
Liz
that's
Taylor.
good people.
Love
yeah,
ya.
she's awesome. Okay, so today this is kind of a topic that I came up with, and you're like, well, I don't know if I have anything to.
We're
add
gonna
here,
find
but we're
out,
gonna see.
people.
As
It's
we head into
unscripted.
2023, one of the things I've been thinking about with my clients is helping them stretch their mindset and goal orientation around what they want to accomplish in their lives.
Okay.
All right. And I am one of these random people that do that very naturally. I just think very, very big.
I don't.
And that's why when you said I might have to add, I go, well, we'll see. And you said, what did you say you were going to do?
I said I'll ask you good questions.
Yeah. And what you don't know is that that's not going to happen, because I'm going to ask you the questions, and I'm going to live stretch you in front of all of our listeners.
is
And we
my
didn't plan this, and you're so pissed.
nightmare.
It's your
I
nightmare.
hate you.
I know you do.
Okay, wait, let's say for just-
don't flip it. I
we're-
told you. Did I
we'll-
not? I was kind of coy when we were,
You're like,
right?
no, I think I've got an idea.
I got an idea. And you're like,
Son
I'll
of
ask you a bunch of
bitch.
questions. I'm like, okay. I knew what I was doing the
Why?
whole time.
I should have known.
Because I kind
Listen,
of know. What?
okay, we'll
you're not
do-
gonna. You
no,
gotta
no,
go.
We're gonna do it.
Go
We're
ahead.
gonna do it.
You
We're
sure?
gonna do it. I just want everyone to empathize with me for 1 second.
Okay, good.
Because when we did our live recording a couple weeks ago, which was so much fun.
Yes.
But I was like, ooh, I'm nervous. We're gonna be live. We're gonna be in front of people.
Yeah.
You know what Bryan came up and said to me? He was like, ooh, I got a good idea for our second topic. I was like, yeah. He was like, it's an audience choice where we're going to let them throw out topics. And I was like, what? And then not only did we do that, he gets up there and he tells people, try to stump us. Make it hard. And I was like, bitch,
Shut
it's already
the
hard.
fuck
What
up.
are you talking about? Take it down a notch. So here we are again. At least
Okay.
we're not live. All right, Bryan, let's do it.
This is all out of like support and love and goodness and kindness. Okay, so let's start with your resistance. So just this topic alone.
Yeah.
Why are you? So we're talking about stretching goals. It can be anything at all. It could be like like an income goal, a sales goal, a job goal, anything like that, or a thing that you want to accomplish in your life, and keep it kind of even within the year time frame.
Okay.
So something that will be a stretch for you professionally, economically next year, business, relationship orientation, anything at all. Let me back up. What would be a pretty straightforward, easy goal for you?
a pretty straightforward and easy goal.
Yeah. So you wake up. So it's December 23 now, or it's 22 right now, but now it's December 23, and you're like, I'm like, how was your year, Mark? You're like, yeah, it was good.
Wait,
I did
do
this.
you want this to be professional or personal?
Doesn't matter.
Or both?
Your choice. Either one.
God. See, I'm not that great at goal setting because
That's okay. That's why we're doing this.
Okay.
Because why?
It would be probably have to
resistance.
do something around my health and like my
good.
like a healthy routine
Oh,
because
good.
I used to be like really
Perfect.
into like my
Perfect.
workouts. I was religious about it. It always made me happier. And as I've grown in my career,
Yeah.
and I have more responsibilities, that's something that's taken a back seat, and I miss it. And I'm having a hard time getting back on track with
Perfect.
it.
That's great. That's
Okay.
awesome. Okay. So that's kind of the core. So what would be like if I just did this, I would feel like I made a little progress. Just this, whatever that is. So I'll give you an example.
Okay, yeah, help me.
I'll give you my own example. So I work out, regularly for football and stuff.
Sure.
But then I'm getting a little older. My knees hurt a little bit. I got to watch my joints more than I used to.
Okay.
So I've learned to walk. So I go for walks in the morning.
Okay.
And one of my things is, in some way, shape, or form, when I wake up, I'm going to move my body.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be when I went for a walk, I'm not going to say the word that you were going to say in the last episode either. I was,
Oh, yeah.
I got
Okay.
out. And
Yeah,
then
wimping out.
wimping out.
He
I was wimping out. See, that's callback in the world of comedy. We call it a callback. I was wimping out of running. Because I
Okay.
used to run 6 days a week, minimum of 4 miles, sometimes up to 6 days a week. In the wintertime, my only rule was air temperature 0 or above. I would go run. If it were 4 degrees and the wind chill were 10 below, I'd bundle up. I'd put all my stuff. I'd go for a 4-mile run. 6 days a week, boom. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Now I go for a walk. And I'm very comfortable with that. Like, because but I'm moving. I'm not just going to lay there.
Exactly.
Okay. Versus I'm either going to go 6 miles or lay here. Nope. I'm going to move my body. So what would be like that version for you? Like if I just did this, so don't forget your old way you used to do it.
Yeah.
Just would ease into it a little bit.
Oh, just ease into
Just
it.
anything
Okay.
about it. Like, yeah, go ahead.
I
Let's do
know.
it.
I would love, because I love Pilates.
Okay, good.
And I used to be like
good.
really into it, and it made me so happy when I went. So just twice a week.
2 times a week Pilates that you feel really good
I would
progress.
feel
Okay.
Really good progress.
Awesome. I love that. Okay,
Yes.
let's go the other direction. 2023, you're like, oh my God, Bryan, I broke through the ceiling. I had the most healthy year of Margaret Hinney's life on the earth was 2023. What's that like? Most healthy year you've ever had, way past even when you were like crazy psycho workout person. Great.
Oh my God. Then
Great.
I would be like
massive.
what would I
did
be
you do?
doing?
What would you have done? What would you have done?
I would have been cycling
How many
three days a week.
3 days a week cycling.
Pilates 3 days a week.
Awesome. What else? Love it.
Significantly cut down on my drinking.
Yep. Booze down to weekends only.
Weekends only.
love it.
Yes.
That's
and
great.
mostly home cooked meals.
Home cooked meals, mostly 80% home cooked meals.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
I'd
awesome.
say so.
And you're like that. I'm so happy and so healthy.
Oh, I would.
Beautiful.
I would feel and look amazing.
Wouldn't you? Well, you look amazing anyway, but we know this, right?
Stop.
You said, because it's kind of a callback too.
Yeah,
Because Margaret said, have you lost weight? And I actually haven't.
You
gained
do
it.
look like
Well,
you've
thank you.
lost-
That's
you
very
look
nice.
great.
Just because I have a beard right now, I cut it so it chisels my chin.
Whatever it is, it's
That's
working.
nice.
So.
But we talked about body image
Yeah.
before we got started. It's a real thing, isn't it? Yeah. So let's talk about so that you've just defined the end. So this is one of the steps.
Okay.
Sometimes when people goal set, they just go for the one thing. One of the things we like to teach people, and for you listening, think about this with the biz, your sales revenue numbers, your income. I want you to think about goal setting a range, not a thing. Goal set the range, not a thing. So you just defined a range for me.
Okay.
And it's very precise.
Okay.
I'd feel pretty good if I did Pilates twice a week. I'd feel fucking off the charts good if I cycled 3 times a week, Pilates 3 times a week, and ate out, and then only drink on the weekends. There's your range. You've just defined your range. So now we can look at the goal's going to land between there somewhere.
Okay.
As opposed to, here's what we do though. We say, January, I'm going to do Pilates 3 times a week.
Yeah, I know.
Week 1, you do Pilates 0 times. Well, that didn't work. Shit.
And I'll also give up and be like,
Sorry.
Fuck it. Start again next year.
Right. And it's just the consistency of behavior in these goals that are the magic, not the size of how big the goal is and that sort of thing. Because if you ask, I love People Magazine does this. You know what People Magazine does every January?
No, what?
You don't read People Magazine?
no, I feel proud about that.
Whoa.
That was so judgmental.
Feeling judged. I'm feeling judged.
I'm sorry.
Not only is that judgmental in general, Moa.
I'm so
Moa.
sorry. You love
when
it?
I take a free day, you will find me reading bad magazines.
I wish you could see my
People,
face. I'm like,
all the Yahoo gossipy. I will immerse myself in that stuff. All the celeb photos when they're at the grocery store. Like, here's Julia Roberts buying a roasted chicken. I love that shit.
What?
Love it. Yes.
Wow. Guilty pleasures.
It's a guilty pleasure, straight up. It's funny that you see yourself above that.
I'm so sorry.
I
really judged the hell out of you right there. I'm going to dial it back.
Don't. I love it. It's so funny you said that. Okay.
What does People Magazine do every January?
They do people that have lost half their weight.
Whoa, that's a
Most
lot
of it.
of
So you have to
weight.
look at it. You see people when they start when you're 300 pounds. Half your weight, you're 150. You're still it's good.
It's good for them.
So they do a whole a series on people that have had these massive transformations.
Yeah.
There's not one of them when you read that book that said, "What did you do?" Well, I lost 100 pounds the first 2 weeks, and then I've kept it off for 58 or whatever, 50. 50. Sorry, I forgot how many weeks in a year. So it's the consistency is the trick in this goal thing. Yes. So the first step in this, I always talk to people about, is range your goal. Don't do your not one thing. Okay. Not like I'm going to lose 20 pounds the first month of the year. Then when you don't, you feel like you failed.
Yeah.
Even if you lost 17, like, well, the goal was 20. I did 17. Give yourself some grace and some space to land a little bit here.
That's
right?
true. I have to one of my things I have to remind myself, I guess I don't know if it works because I've been having a hard time, but progress, not perfection. Because I always am like, if I can't do it all the way, I'm not going to frickin' do it then, right? But even a little bit is and I'll be that way with dumb stuff, with cleaning my house.
Yeah.
Or stuff with work or whatever too. It could be really important. It could be not important at all. And I'll be like, if I can't do it perfectly, then I'm just not going to do it at all.
Yeah.
But how paralyzing.
100%. But most people that have that, it's a perfection problem, isn't it?
Yes.
Procrastination is a perfection problem.
100%.
If I don't start, I can't fail.
Yes.
Right?
Which is a lot of times in my head, and I think other people maybe this way too, you think you're I'm a lazy person. You're I'm just lazy.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I know that.
Not even close.
But in my head, but you're right, it's a perfectionism problem.
Yes. Yes. So. I mean, even look at this, the way we did Sales Unscripted.
Yeah.
We first started I don't know. We just do it, right? We just did it. And here we are this many episodes later with a big launch party, and here we are recording.
Talking about my personal goals.
And that's it. And we're just doing little bits at a time.
Yeah.
And we said, it would be great to have this, even for our big launch party. It would be great if, 10 of our friends came, and that would be awesome, and sat around and watched us record. And we're like, wouldn't it be fun if 200 came and 200 registered and 125 showed up, and it was great, right? And then we'll just do it again.
Wait, I also have to give a great shout out to you too. This is because it is very applicable right now for what we're talking about, because you said you are great at dreaming big.
That's a gift.
It really is. And I told Derek this after our podcast recording, because I was I'm always well, okay, that was great. That was enough. It was more than enough. It was amazing, whatever. I like contentment. However, we were backstage in our little green room, which was super fun, because then your team announced us and we came out. Yeah. But right before we went out, you looked at me and you were like, how fun is this? And you're like, maybe we could take this on the road.
Totally.
And I was like, what? We haven't even gone out. We don't know how today's going to go at all right now. And he was like, we should take this act on the road. And
100% we should, right?
And I was
Chicago.
blown away, because I was like,
that's funny.
We don't even know.
Is anyone even out there?
Yeah, exactly. We're it could be empty. It could be just our family out there right now.
Yes.
But I really appreciated it, because you dreamt really big.
That's what we do. Yeah. And on the flip side of that, the dream big, sometimes it becomes impractical. So when you balance these two, it's really, really cool and special, and usually get a really good outcome with it. So the lesson, as we're talking through this, goal setting wise, first of all, grab the range. Then it's the little bitty things along the way. So now I'm going to challenge Margaret a little bit in a healthy way.
Okay.
So your thing was Pilates twice. Can you get your phone out,
twice
please?
a week.
Thank you. So can you Google, where do you go to Pilates?
The Hot Room downtown.
The Hot Room downtown. So go ahead and go to their website. Margaret is scheduling her January
I have their
Pilates
app.
deal. Oh, you have their app. She's going to schedule her January, her 2. So this is called First Domino.
Wow.
For those of you listening, this is First Domino action.
Oh, my God.
Which are little actions. A lot of people see you, Tony Robbins, big, massive action.
Do you want me to do it for tomorrow?
No. We're talking January.
Oh,
right.
Okay,
so go ahead and book 2 for January.
I can't do it. They won't let me do it right now.
So. Oh, won't let you do January?
No, I don't
Wonder
think
why.
so. It's too far out.
Is it? Are you sure?
I'm
You're
almost
not confident
positive.
on me.
No, I swear.
Oh, it won't go out?
Oh, wait. How do I look at these filters?
We're working.
Oh, my God.
Why don't you go out that
look
far?
at this. I don't know how I
January?
go further. No, schedule.
Thanks for saying further. instead of farther.
Is farther
It was
better
accurate.
or further?
No, further is like
No, look, it won't let me go.
Progress.
I don't
and
think.
farther.
It won't let me
distance.
go further.
Okay, well
Farther.
then go ahead just to get
Okay.
us started. Go
Okay.
ahead and do one. No, schedule one like for next week.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's what we're doing. So if you're listening to this, you see Margaret is now scheduling. You can't see that, but you can hear that.
It's happening.
She is scheduling her Pilates thing. So this is called First Domino. So this is where people fail mostly, and you even said that, like your perfection.
I just booked it.
You just booked it. It's booked.
Yeah.
So that's it. Okay.
Done.
Now you have a
Look.
little anxiety. Done.
So,
Okay,
look
you hold
it.
that up to the camera, please.
I will. I'll show it.
Okay, that's good. And this is how we will coach people to stretch goals. So what most people think is they think stretch goal Bravo.
You're booked.
Proud of you. Good job.
Thank
Way to
you.
go.
I'm
You're awesome.
booked.
Knuckles.
Thanks.
So this is what goal setting to me is all about.
I just got excited.
Good. See?
Yeah.
It's about like, first of all, monitor, going to the edges, the
Okay.
small and the little, and then just taking a first little step.
You just gotta
first
go.
little
You just
step.
gotta do it.
Now, are you at Pilates right now? No.
No.
You just schedule it. So like nothing's, you haven't done anything. You're not-
Okay.
yeah. And then it's going to show up in your calendar. And then you're like, you know what? Here's the trick. Then last thing.
Okay.
Not last thing, but maybe last thing. Is then, what did you schedule it for? Like is it next
Friday
week?
morning.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow?
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
shit.
going Friday
Okay.
morning, yeah.
So you go out tonight with
7:30.
Derek. You have a couple beers. Wake up. Alarm goes off. You're like, jeez, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. So you don't go. Okay. Here's the problem.
Okay.
If you don't go, you don't go. That's
Okay.
it. And then you just schedule the next one.
I just go to the
and
next
try
one.
again. That's
Just go
all
to the
you
next
do.
one.
And
You're
this is what
right.
people do
Okay.
with goal setting is they schedule that, they don't go, they beat themselves up, think they're awful and horrible and a failure, and then they don't schedule again because they don't want to feel like that again.
You're
feel
right.
right.
It's the feeling that I just
Yes.
don't want back.
No, it's the shame cycle they call it. Shame cycle.
Okay.
You feel bad. So we just have to embrace that. Like that doesn't make you a bad person or anything. It just means all it means is you didn't go to Pilates tomorrow. That's all it means.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. You're
Stops right there. And you can schedule the next time.
Because I start telling myself the story where I'm
Totally.
like, you're lazy. It's
Yeah.
never going to happen. You keep making these promises and breaking them to yourself. I mean, like, I will
Not
go
healthy.
in
Yes.
on myself.
Not healthy.
Not healthy.
Not
No.
healthy. So you're listening to this. This is you're watching it happen. See, and now we started off. And what I want to show here is that really the topic was air quotes stretch goals. What I try to demonstrate when I'm teaching this is so you have a stretch goal, 3 cyclings, 3 eating out, okay, but you can't start that immediately. It's too much.
Yeah,
So we
okay.
went way back to let's just go to one Pilates class and let's put that on and see how it feels.
Okay.
That's that first domino stuff.
First domino.
And then it's just a persistent, consistent thing. So then if you don't go, you don't go. Then if you don't go 3 days, you don't. Then one day you do go, then you went. And that's all it is. And you just keep working at that and just see where you land. This is how big goals get achieved. This is what people miss. They think big goal gets achieved by like whoosh, big.
That's what, like, okay, so when someone wants to make a big change like that,
Yeah.
like, do you recommend, because you could put together, like you said, like the one end of the spectrum where it's
Yeah.
like, it would look like this.
Yes.
But usually, if you try to do that, even if you have really good intentions, you'll probably fall off the wagon pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then, so like, would you normally do, like, you're like, I'm going to do a couple of these things and then work up to it? Or,
Like what? Like the Pilates thing?
yeah. Yeah, you're like one step at a time.
Always.
Okay.
Always one step at a time.
Okay. I love to go balls to the wall.
I know that's part of the problem. It is. It's part of the problem.
It is.
Right?
It is. I got to dial it back.
That's it.
back.
Yes.
Okay.
And so it's just one little step. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go to Pilates once.
Okay.
And that's what people do is they go to Pilates like, I'm going twice a day for a month. Like chill. Just go once. And if
Okay.
you don't go, I follow a wonderful, this guy, his name is Jordan Syatt.
Okay.
Like Hyatt Hotels Syatt. Jordan Syatt is his name. And
With
he
an
is
S or a C?
Syatt. He's awesome. By the way, he said he'll be on anybody's podcast anytime.
Let's
Go
ask
to-
him.
So do you know Gary Vaynerchuk?
No.
Gary V?
Yeah. When you say Gary
Oh,
Vee,
sorry.
it's funny. I know.
Gary V. Yeah, so he was Gary V's personal trainer for 3 years.
Oh, cool.
Yes,
Okay.
and he's got a huge following. Jordan
Yeah.
Syatt does, but he's a consistency guy. He's a calorie deficit consistency guy. And so what he does these little, he calls them little mini cuts when he wants to like just drop 10 pounds. He just cuts his but he eats whatever he wants. He did a 30-day Big Mac challenge where he had a Big Mac and a Diet Coke every day for lunch for 30 days and lost 11 pounds.
What?
Because he's trying to show you it's just calories in, calories out.
Oh,
It's just
okay, okay,
consistency.
okay,
It's
okay,
all it is. He's just consistent with his calories.
Man.
And he'll do these mini cuts. And what he does, though, he takes a picture of his weight every day while he's doing the mini cut and he puts it on Instagram.
That's so smart.
And he goes, watch this. He goes, tonight I'm watching the UFC fight with my buddies. I'm going to feed whatever I want. I'm going to drink beer and everything. I'll spike 2 or 3 pounds tomorrow. Then he'll get on the scale the next day. He goes, okay, now I'm going to go back to my calorie deficit the next day, and he'll go down. He goes, I bet it'll spike up one more time. It'll go flat. He goes, now watch, it'll drop a couple pounds or whatever, and it goes like that, and you see the path. It just goes like up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down.
I know I've
Jordan
said this before
Syatt.
too, but this is
Yeah.
like a really good one, and it's so true. The saying, where focus goes, energy flows. And it made me think about that because like if your focus is on tracking it, even if you don't have to think about it every day, if you like how he took that picture and posted it, then your energy is going there simply because like you're looking at it, you're focused on it, you're thinking about it.
Yes.
Right? Because otherwise, sometimes I'll be like, I'll have these big, you're like, I should be doing this and that.
Right.
Da, 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 da. But if I'm not putting my focus on it more consistently, I'm not going to be putting my energy towards it. So.
And if your goal, like for exercise, mine has switched to at minimum, I'm going to move my body after I get up, before I get going.
I love it.
Move my body. It can be anything. This morning I rode the Peloton for 15 minutes.
Your body, girl. You know that song?
I do. I know. Is it on the playlist? Is it on the playlist? Who is it?
I don't know. All I know is like that tune. Somebody throw in the comments, whoever that is. Move your body, girl. That's it. It's the only part I know
That's
about
it?
it. Dun, dun,
What? Give me a range. Like, is it 80s, 90s, 2000s?
I'm going to say it's 2000s.
2000?
Let's go ask somebody right after this. That's going to drive me
It sounds
crazy.
like it's something else.
It's going to drive me crazy.
Move your body, girl.
Don't look it up right now.
Well, I kind of have to.
No.
You say that. So, how'd you feel through that process?
Uncomfortable, but I'm really glad that we did it because I also feel like I just made progress, even though I haven't done anything.
Yes.
Okay.
And the problem is now, why did that happen here and not on your own?
Well, because it's.
Is that it?
I don't know. No,
It's not Move Your
is that
Body?
it? But that's dope. Send that to me.
Okay.
Because I needed someone pushing me. Because it feels uncomfortable even for me to think about it. And if it's, I can be like, I'll just put it off later, right? Like I need someone who's like kind of reflecting it back to me, and challenging me on it, and also holding me accountable. Where you're like, pick up your phone, we're gonna do it right now. Then that's great. I need that.
And the pushing wasn't very aggressive.
No. It was
Suggestive.
lovingly
Create space.
encouraged.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what that is.
Yeah.
Is it Sia? Is this it?
No. I'm gonna look this up.
These are
We're
all
gonna
the Move
sign
Your Body
off.
songs.
We gotta sign
Anyway,
off.
we do. Okay. So your job, everyone listening, is to do what I just did with Margaret with one of your friends.
Yeah.
Do it with a friend. Define the edges. That would be nice. That little goal, the big goal. Define that. Now there's a space in between to land there, and then your first domino.
Yeah, find your first domino.
That's what
I
it
like
is.
that
And
one
you can
too.
do health. It could be business. It could be anything at all. The first domino is right in front of you. It's probably on your phone. That's all you got to do.
I love it.
That's how it all starts.
Go get them, guys.
All
Conquer
right.
this new year.
Cheers, 2023.
Bye.
Bye.